Hello everybody in the Now group. Here we are. Annie and I have had a few difficulties trying to get this recording. We've tried StreamYard, we've tried Zoom, we've gone back and forth with each other and still it hasn't happened. So we're doing a different kind of recording here, and I think this is what's happening now because all of us are online. Are we not, Annie?
Yeah. I think everybody everywhere is online all the time at the moment. So
yes.
Yeah, but doing our best, and that's all you can do, really.
Absolutely, and it's really good because it's a great way for teaching all of us how to actually communicate with each other when we can't meet each other. So, without further ado, and I'm going to put my timer on because I can't see. Oh yes, I have. I'm okay. I've got it timed. Duh, it doesn't take much to put me off, does it? Here I am. I am Lindsay, the organiser now, and I'm here for 100 days. Well, I'm only here for another 40 days because I've carried out 60 so far. Annie, you are number 60 of my Facebook Lives, yes. And I think we'll just go straight over to Annie and let her tell us why she is here. So Annie, who are you and what do you do?
I'm Annie and I run the 10,000 Women Project. I'm a great believer in women need to be more confident. I think it's a massive problem, a lack of confidence, a lack of self-belief. We moan about what's in magazines and how it makes us feel bad, but that's what's in magazines because we all buy it. And the problem isn't that we're all feeling unconfident. The problem is we're all feeling unconfident and then we raise girls that are also unconfident, who then raise girls who are also unconfident. And it kind of goes on and on and on. And I just really want to stop it because I see so many people with such potential, such skills, such talent, and they don't get anywhere with that because they don't have enough self-belief. They can't walk into a room and confidently say, this is who I am and this is what I've got to offer. And it's just, I think, a massive problem, and it's not getting worse, it's definitely getting worse. And it drives me potty, absolutely potty, because some of the nicest women I know are held back through a lack of confidence, and that's such a shame. So yeah, I just want to do something about that. So I launched 10,000 Women Project. It's an amazing Facebook group with we've got over 100 women in already, who are so supportive and so lovely. And if one person posts, oh, I had this great news today, they all talk and support each other, and it's brilliant.
Lovely.
And we do trainings on things like confidence and body confidence and how we speak to ourselves and self-limiting beliefs and all those kind of things. So some things of the training we do are to lift people up, and other things are to get rid of the negative things. But it's all about, if you can improve yourself by 1% a day, then in a year you're 365% better. It's also about, though, not being too hard on ourselves, because as women we really can bash ourselves. So it's about learning to love yourself and understanding what you should be achieving, but when you're overachieving, understanding how not to kind of bash yourself and bring yourself down. So lots of stuff goes on, and I love it, and I love the ladies that I work with, and it's just, yeah.
I love as well what you mentioned about words, and it is so true. Whenever we go, we look in a mirror, we see the lines, we see the imperfections, and that does us no good, does it?
It's even in, like, how many people, you'll know people that do this, oh, I've just got a wee business, or, oh, I'm just a housewife, or, and it's like, no, you're not just an anything. We hear our children say that, we put them right straight away, and if we heard our best friend say it, but we talk to ourselves like that all the time. So, yeah, and people don't even, when people know they're doing it, when you tell them, they realise, but until then, most people don't realise it. They just don't, and one word can make such a difference when you're talking to yourself.
Yes. So give us an example of how, if I'm saying something like that, oh, I've just got a small business, how can I realise I'm saying that?
Well, think about, really, really pay attention to the wording that you're using, and write it down. And what I say to people is try and imagine if your best friend, if you think about saying it to yourself, you won't spot that it's off. But I say to people, imagine your best friend or your child's just said that to you. Is that off? And it really is about catching yourself out all the time. Because what most of us don't realise is our brain is not designed to make us happy. Our brain is designed to keep us alive. And if you have the worst day ever and you're alive at the end of that day, your brain thinks it's done well. So when you're trying to better yourself and when you're trying to grow in confidence, it's all new, and your brain will start to freak out and create these massive stories in your head about why you shouldn't be doing this, why you're not special enough, why you don't matter enough. And it's just about catching that out all the time. Once you're aware that you do it in one way, you'll notice it in loads of ways. And it's just about then stepping back and go, well, no, actually, I'm not just a mother. I've got 3 amazing children, or I've got one child that has special needs and I spend extra time with that child, or I do this, or I do that. Because there's no one who is putting themselves down like that that is correct. I've never met a woman yet who's gone, well, actually, I say that I'm only this, only that. And I've thought to myself, well, actually, you are only that. There's never been that. So it's just about catching yourself out and saying, no, I'm not accepting that. That's not what I deserve. I'm not accepting it.
It's fabulous that you said at the end of the day, and if you've had a really bad day, and then you'll sort of look back on it and you will tell yourself for a really bad day you've had, and I love what you said there, that the subconscious mind's picked that up and thought, yeah, I've survived another day. I'll do that again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So how did you come up with the 10,000 women? I mean, the number.
So last year was amazing for me. I did a catwalk in my underwear, I did a fire walk, I did 2 glass walks, I helped create the 5 Women Rock Awards, which are these massive awards for business and community that were voted on by the public, and it was women that would never have put themselves forward for anything like that. And then just before New Year, our local newspaper came out, and myself and the lady that created the awards got joint second, top 40 people in Fife, and it was insane.
Wow.
And on New Year's Eve, I was crying so hard, and my husband was like, what's wrong with you? I was like, I'm never going to manage to do all that again next year. It's never going to be like that. And about a week after New Year, I was on the radio, and basically about my year, and she said, so what are you doing next year? And just totally without planning or thought, I went, oh, I'm going to help 10,000 women next year. So I kind of announced it to the world that way. And when I got home and thought about it, I thought because if you think, if it's 10,000 women and even half of them have one daughter, it's not 10,000 women, it's 10,000 women and 5,000 daughters.
Wow.
And then maybe if the 5,000 daughters speak to their friends and say, well, actually, you need to have a bit more belief, then that could be an extra 2. And so it kind of rolls on like that. Yeah. So I love 10,000, the number. And people keep saying to me, oh, have you got a plan if you don't get there? And that's exactly what I'm not about. If I have a plan not to get there, I won't get there. Absolutely. If I just focus on getting there, if it gets to the end of the year and I'm at 7,000, I'm not going to be crying. I'm going to be over the moon. So, yeah, it's just all about getting out there, telling people about it, telling people what it involves, and just really kind of pushing people to have that bit of self-belief. You really, when you have a coach or anything like that, you really have to vibe with them. And there are people that will look at me and go, no, I don't get it, and he's not for me. And that's fine. But even if I can encourage those people to go, well, what would help me to get more confidence, and push them to do that, then yes, that's still a win as far as I'm concerned. Because this isn't about getting 10,000 women signed up. This is about getting 10,000 women at the end of the year that feel better about themselves. I don't actually care how many people sign up. I want to get to 10,000 women that feel better about themselves. Mm-hmm. And if I sign up 40,000 and only 10,000 ticket forward, I'm still happy. But it's about having those women feeling better about themselves in whatever way they need.
Mm-hmm. And also, you might not even know the women who have taken on board your words. They might have just heard your words and they've gone away off themselves without even letting you know.
Yeah. I do get quite a lot of people that come up to me and go, Annie, and I go, oh, and they go, no, you don't know me. I've just seen a live, but I never like to comment. Oh. So I once got that 2 minutes before a burlesque show started. A lady came up to me in the audience, which was strange.
Wow.
But, yeah.
Fantastic.
And again, you're brilliant at this kind of thing, because I know that's not what you're aiming for, but but it is definitely a byproduct of the community that you've created. It's people feeling like they've got people on their side, and that makes people feel better. So, yeah, well done you as well.
Thank you. I'll give myself a pat. So thank you so much, Annie. It's lovely. Yes, absolutely. And I mean, your confidence and my confidence. I mean, we are confident people, but we have actually worked on it to become the way we are now. It's not just happened overnight, has it?
No, it's like learning anything else. It's like learning to swim. You don't wake up one day and go, right, I'm going to go for a swim and that's it. And I think that stops a lot of people, that they think you're just born with it. And it's definitely, I think we are born with it, but I think between the ages of about 5 to 10, it kind of gets, I don't know what happens. Something happens. It doesn't seem to happen so much to boys. It's not that it doesn't happen at all to boys, but with girls, it tends to be a bigger thing. A real worry about what people are thinking about how we act and what we do. And by the time we go to high school, it seems to be fairly knocked out of us. And it is a lot of work to get it back. But when you do, because people say, oh, what will you do next? And I'm like, I can do anything I want. And they're, oh, right, okay. And I'm like, no, I've kind of accepted I can do anything I want.
Yes, and that's all people really need to know. You can do anything you want. And that's a great way to finish this actual conversation on confidence and your 10,000 women. So if anybody's interested in becoming confident, and it doesn't mean confidence to actually go out there and throw your knickers and your bra in the air or walk into a room, with a lot of people. It's just loving yourself, just being a part of yourself and getting up in the morning and wanting to go out and do stuff. So, if anybody's interested in becoming a part of Annie's 10,000 Women, then just contact Annie and she will guide you for the next steps. So,
I've got a page and I share lots of free stuff as well. So if you're not ready to take the plunge and you just want to dip your toe in, I share lots of free stuff too. People are more than welcome to have a look.
Gabby, love that. So, I'm going to ask you a question. So, if you could interview one person that you admire, who would that be?
So there was actually a Netflix program about this person, because before recently I think I was the only person in the UK to have heard of her.
Right.
It's a lady called Madam C.J. Walker. Now, when I was young, I was obsessed with the Guinness Book of Records, and this woman was the first self-made millionaire in America in the end of the 1800s. That self-made female millionaire in America at the end of the 1800s. And what's even more incredible, given those times, is she was a woman of colour. And she kind of basically set up the framework for kind of MLMs with her hair products.
Right.
And she was tough, and she was into politics, and she gave money to the arts, and she's absolutely amazing. And I discovered the program, it's a drama based on the book about her life that her granddaughter wrote.
Right, what's it called?
I discovered it on Netflix, and I was over the moon because I've been obsessed with her for so long. Just absolute amazing woman who came from nothing. She washed clothes, her parents were slaves, and she came from absolutely nothing and ended up worth something like $10 million, which doesn't sound like a lot, but then was an absolute insane, I don't know what it would convert to now, but a massive amount.
$10 million is a lot now.
Yeah, well, yeah, but
so on Netflix,
then,
what is it called?
Oh, I can't remember. I knew you were going to ask me that.
No, it's okay. What's
sure.
her name? You said Madam who?
C.J. Walker.
C.K. Walker. Well, that'll be easy enough.
C.J.
Or E.J. Or E.J. Okay, that'll be easy enough. And in fact, you can pop it into the links in the comments box. And, if you do find, because that sounds absolutely fascinating and exactly perfect in connection with your 10,000 women.
Yeah, she's always been one of my heroines, and nobody's ever heard of her. And it felt meant, because I was at the library one day at school, and I just happened to find this entry in the Guinness Book of Records. And I thought, I wonder who that is. And in those days, you couldn't Google, so there was hardly anything I could find about her. And just over the years, learning more, and she's just absolutely amazing. Definitely one of my my heroines.
Fabulous.
So
Oh,
yes,
I'm going to go and watch
she would be
that.
the one.
So Annie, thank you so much. That was really
Thank
fascinating,
you.
and I've learned so much more about your 10,000 women. I always wondered, how did you get 10,000 women? Because it could have been any number. And yeah, let's get out there and let's get those women being confident and bringing up the children, bringing up their girls and their boys confident.
And their boys, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to say goodbye to Annie, and I'm going to say goodbye to everybody in the Now group, and I will catch you again. I shall be here again in this seat tomorrow, once again. So bye-bye for now. Bye.